Christian Carpenter here with Everything Residential. We are a contractor here in Gilbert, Arizona who specializes in building casitas. Now you clicked on this video because you want to know about the casita law and everything about it, and I'm here to give you all the information you need of how it's going to affect you and a couple things that it's not said in the bill and no one's talking about it, and how they're going to try to control, the cities are going to control it. But anyways, I'm Christian. Here's our company, Everything Residential Commercial. I want to say this before we get started. We offer pre-made casita plans, and this is, so for example, 336 square feet, 80 grand out the door. You get the plans, except for the permit fees, and we build it for you. And we have a bunch of different plans set out. It gets all the way up to about 1,200 square foot, a 2-bedroom, absolute little house. An absolute awesome, amazing casita for you guys. Okay, so let's dive right into the bill. So if you go on Google and you type in AZ Casita Law 2720, something like that, or just AZ Casita Law, it's right here, Arizona Legislator, House Bill 2720. Okay, so here's what it reads. Now, I'm gonna go over a couple of just the big pointers for you guys, so you don't waste all your time here. So if you come down here, it talks about a couple of things. I want to dive right into this. Number 3, an accessory dwelling unit that is 75% of the gross floor area, yada, 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 or 1,000 square feet, whichever is less. So number 3, bulletin point 3 on line 15 is stating, from my understanding, that you take your main house, if you have a 1,000 square foot home, you can only build the casita 75% of your house. So if your house is 1,000 square feet, you can build a 750 square foot casita. In pretty much most houses in Gilbert, Tempe, everywhere is over 1,000 square feet. I think the breakoff point to get to 1,000 square foot casita is a 1,300 square foot home. Okay, number 2 right here is stating that it's none of the city's business the relationship status between you and who lives in the casita. That's what I'm reading right there. Number 3, require that a lot or parcel have additional parking. So just so you guys understand, this is a municipality may not do any of the following. So this is what they cannot do. They can't require you to have an additional parking. When you pull permits right now, they make you have an additional parking spot. And off-street parking, I don't think counts. You have to have something on your property to house the people in the casita. But with this, you don't. Number 4, I'm iffy on this one. I don't know how I feel about this. Require that an accessory dwelling unit match the exterior design, roof pitch, or finished materials. So this is going to say municipalities may not require you to match it. So this would make sense if you have, let's say in Tempe, you have a slump block home or a CMU, a cinder block house you built, and it's like Adobe style and it's ugly, and you want to build a nice stucco tile roof, something like nice looking with a design aspect. This is allowing you to do that. Before, the city would require you to match the existing primary residence. Now you don't. But where this doesn't make any sense is, let's say you have a good looking house. You can go in the backyard and build a giant pink building, a bright pink building that's really annoying to look at from the neighbor's perspective. It's like, dude, why are you building this? This is allowing you to do it. So I don't really know how I feel about that just yet. The current rules state you have to match it. Okay, number 5 is saying that you can't have stricter rules on casitas than you do your primary house. That makes sense. Okay, this is a big one right here. Set rear or side setbacks for accessory dwelling units that are not more than 5 feet. So once again, the municipality may not set rear setbacks greater than 5 feet from the property line. So I pulled up a parcel viewer here. I want to show you how this is going to get, this is where they're going to get you. So number 1, I pulled up the Maricopa Assessor County map. So let's zoom in. I picked this property, for example. So let's zoom in here. Okay. So this is a good example. See, there's 2 different homes right here. So on this home, you can build right with the new law. You can build right there. On this home over here, oh, On this home over here, you can build in all these areas. Now here's how they're gonna get you. Let's pull up this. If we go over here and we pull up this lot right there, 304-22-722. Let's pull up some information about it. So this is a random house. If you're watching this video and this is your house, what a coinkydink. Okay, it says right here, the lot size is 9,600 square feet. So currently the laws in Gilbert, Mesa, Tempe, there's a lot coverage. So you can only build on a percentage of this lot. So if this is 9,600 and let's say your lot coverage is 50%, you can only build 4,700 square feet or whatever that number is. That's how big you can build it. That's it. You can't build any more square footage. So there can only be 4,500 to 5,000 square feet of actual buildings on your lot. Now it doesn't really affect this big house over here because they have such a big lot where they can actually build. Now with the city of, I keep saying Gilbert because I work with them a lot, Mesa, Tempe, what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, hey, you can build your casita 5 feet from the side and the rear, but we're gonna lower the lot coverage. So currently the lot coverage is 40%. What if they lower it to 25%? Now you can't build. You're not gonna be able to build the permit. You're not gonna be able to build the casita because the city is gonna adjust their lot coverage amounts. And what they're gonna do is, it doesn't talk about building height. Maybe they say you can only have a casita that's 12 feet tall. You know what I mean? The height, the total height of the building can only be 12 feet. So the city's gonna come down and restrict it. And I talked to a lot of plan reviewers about this. The city, the municipalities, they don't want this. They don't want awkward buildings in people's backyard, and they feel like it degrades the neighborhood, is how like the city feels from talking to them. Developers don't want this because they want to develop new homes. Realtors don't want this because they want to sell the new homes. So there's like this whole, what do you call it? There's the military industrial complex. There's the residential building complex of building new homes and setting standards and doing it that way. A whole entire business behind it. So I wanted to really address the setback rules. So they're going to let you build, but they're going to come back around and maybe do building height or lower lot coverage, so you won't be able to build. So keep that in mind. Require improvements to the public streets as a condition. So yeah, I've never had to deal with this doing permits, maybe like impact fees or something. But the only time this would happen is, let's say you upgrade your service panel from 200 amps to 400 amps, and SRP is gonna, you have to dig out to the MOBAR or to the connection point and dig that up. You have to do it. So I don't know really, I've never had to deal with this, so I'm not too sure. So number 8, require a restrictive covenant concerning, that probably has to tie into number C right here. This section does not prohibit restrictive covenants concerning accessory dwelling units. I'm assuming it's none of the city's business, the contract you have. I'm not too sure about that. Okay, does not supersede it. Okay, yep. Okay, accessory dwelling unit may not be built on current utility easement. I don't think you can do that right now anyways. The utility easement is gonna be, if you have like your house and your property line and there's like some dirt or gravel before the road, or you have a really big driveway, there's a utility easement right there for maybe future upgrades, like they might put sidewalks in, or it's just the city has the right to that for utilities. And I think you might be able, you can build roads and like, you can pour concrete on it, but I think I'm dealing with it right now. I think you can build a casita on an irrigation easement, or maybe, I don't know if you can or not. We're dealing with that. Okay, last couple points here. If a municipality fails to adopt development regulations by January 1st, 2025. Now, this doesn't mean it's like in the ordinance book or like in the municipal ordinance book. This means like, I think they have to propose it to the council and they have to get the ball rolling. And like, they have to like show what it's gonna be by January 1st, or else there's no limitations. This entire bill is the limitation. So you can count on the attorneys for all the counties and cities working overtime to make sure this is going to happen. Does not apply to tribal land. I wanted to go over one more thing. Okay, a permitted use, which is a use permit. This is really big because we pull permits in Gilbert. You have to get a use permit, which takes like 2 to 5 months for the city to approve it. You have to submit this entire package. You have to do a public hearing notice. You have to notify the public that you're building a thing for grandma in the back. Every neighbor within 300 feet, all the HOAs within 1,000 feet. You have to notify everyone, do a hearing, and it's just, it takes 2 to 5 months for the permitting process. And then imagine it takes 1 to 2 months to get civil or, your structural and your blueprints taken care of. You're talking about like 7 months here. But with this, they're now saying you don't have to do it. Now you just submit your blueprints, your structural, your engineers, and you'll get a response within 2 to 3 weeks that you're good to go. So that's pretty much the big points of the bill. You can read more on it, a lot of more information. But I want to end on this. We here at Everything Residential specialize in building casitas, ADUs, pool houses, home additions. We do remodels. We do all of it, but we do specialize in the casita builds. So if you guys are interested, check out our website. Come here, look at some plans we have, and just take a look at our website. It's really cool. We also have a YouTube channel. So check out our YouTube channel. It shows a couple casitas we built or building right now. I got to catch up on editing all the videos. Everyone's like, hey, where's the next video? Where's the next video? It takes a lot of time to have a family and a kid and deal with all this stuff. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys build a casita with us. Have a nice day.